I spent so much time and used so many resources pursuing Naomi, McDuffie, Powerhouse, and I'm not sure that it was worth it. I've been trying to use her a lot, and I'm not quite sure I'm there yet, or maybe she's just not that great. Let's just find out.
There is a difference between you and me. We both looked into the abyss. But when it looked back at us, you blinked.
Hi guys, Gravy here, and this is a DC Legends video. In this video, I'm going to go through, give you an in-depth guide on Naomi, on Powerhouse. As I said in the intro, like I'm disappointed, but I don't know if I should be disappointed because of her kit and who she is, or if I'm just not using her right. Now, since Jessie Quick, when I was doing Jessie Quick, and it took me so long to figure out how to use her kit correctly, now I'm trying to be a little bit more critical and just keep using and trying to figure out different ways and different methods. And finally, earlier today, I figured out one that may work for Naomi. However, the way I feel about her at the moment is that she's a tune that you can make her useful if you want to, but you would have to want to use her. You have to build around her a little bit in order to get her full potential. So in any case, let me just go ahead and get straight into her kit. First off, on the aesthetics, I remember 2D Tron saying about how much he loved the skin. I like the skin a lot. I think that Jessie Quick's skin is better, though. Her legendary skin is better. I like it, but I think Jessie Quick's better, I think. I don't know. Anyway, so let's just go right into it. Only Child. Heavy damage to an enemy and gain taunt. I went ahead and ring that out because I wanted to try to use her as a taunter. And now what I figured out is that there was actually a subscriber who sent a comment or made a comment below that said, have you tried using dual taunters? And at first I was thinking dual taunters, like beefy taunters. However, now the thing I figured out recently, like this morning, is maybe I should take her more in as an AoE damage dealer in general, with the ability to taunt and bring a taunter anyway. And so then I have the dual taunter set up with her also causing some damage, but we'll go ahead and get into that a little bit later. So yeah, I went ahead and ringed out that to taunt. I ringed out a lot just because I was trying to really get it to work. On the A2, Double Trouble. Heavy damage to a single target and 75% chance to deal half to a random enemy. All damage ignores awareness. For the legendary point, also 50% chance to apply double the original base damage and stun on the target. And then on the A1, it was 50% chance to apply double the damage. All of her legendary points are basically 50% to apply double damage. And I saw the legendary order before. I saw that on the WROL broadcast, like their recommendations, because I was really lost in the kit in terms of what I should take next. And I'll go into the legendary point that I did take, and I'm still not sure whether I made the right decision or if I should have gone with the original or the recommended legendary order. On the A3, heavy damage to all enemies and 80% chance to apply silence on the primary target, 50% chance to apply double damage. Now, she can lay down a good amount of damage, but what I found is that when you're trying to wipe entire teams, and this is still going to me having to build things a little bit better, she needs help. She needs strength up. She needs empower strength up. So I've been running her with Kilowog and Cheetah, Hippolyta. So like I've gotten her able, like I've been able to ramp her kind of like what I do with Starfire to get her to wipe out a good portion of a team that you're going against, but it's still not exactly where I would want it to be. Anyway, Identity Crisis, passive ability. If Naomi's health is under 50% when I have that finally ringed out, call Only Child at the end of her turn, which then turns into a taunter, which then also 50% chance to gain death immunity at the end of her turn. And in fact, the more I think about it, if I want to use her as a taunter, she does have a pretty deep HP pool. However, that death immunity does help. So I do like the 50% chance to gain death immunity at the end of her turn more than I would have liked the double damage chance on the A1. The legendary order right now, I think, is 3, 2, 1, 4, 5. But yeah, I'm doing the 4, 3, 2, 1, then 5. And I probably won't take her L5 now I think about it, but I will take her L4. Then Good Instincts. Passive ability. If Naomi has 3 or more debuffs, 65% chance to gain 7 strength ups at the end of her turn. I really wish that wasn't 65%. I really wish it was just either 75% or 100%. Like, I haven't really seen that come to fruition. Now, I'll double check as I go into the videos that I have already prepared, but not so sure. Then the legendary point here is also gain 3 stamina up. I'm not really rocking with that because this is at the end of her turn. And so in order for those stamina ups to really matter, maybe at the beginning, maybe 6 of them, but the other stuff is more valuable to me than this. So now what we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead and switch over to videos. And actually, you know what? Let's scratch that real quick. I'm going to go a little bit off my own script, and I'm going to just take you, no, I'll stick to my script. So in this setup, what I was trying to do was Hush has had a rework, and he's actually become a bit of a beast right now, and I'm really enjoying using him. I'm having a lot of fun with him. So in this scenario, what I was trying to do, because she silences, and because I'm trying to branch out and do more than what I've been doing, I was like, let me try to use silence as a debuff. Let me go ahead and try to make that work in a certain kind of way. One of the things that Hush does is that if an enemy is silenced, then he will attack if that silenced enemy attacks anyone. So I was like, all right, well, since Naomi does do silence, let's see if those two work together. Truth be told, I think they do work relatively well together. Right there, you can see one of the issues that I'm having. I do think Hush and Naomi work relatively well together, but I'm still trying to figure out the formula to get their synergy to work the way I want it. Now, here's the Aov Attack. She has no strength ups. What I would have liked to have seen happen was Azrael to fall. He did not fall. If she's supposed to be a physical damage, heavy damage tune, then I'm not saying she has to wipe out everybody, but you need to be able to wipe out physicals for me. And Azrael isn't squishy, but he's definitely not tanky either. He does tank. He does give himself overheal and shield and all the other stuff, but he's not exactly tanky. So that kind of put me off when she wasn't able to one-shot him from the start. I really wish she would have been able to take care of him then. And then on the A1, you saw how much damage that did. It wasn't a whole lot. So it was disappointing, because as you'll see when I go to the DC Legends toolkit and show you her actual stats, as you will see, she has a lot of HP. She does tank, but she's not as turn 0 taunter, which makes her that secondary taunter that I wanted to use. But then at the same time, she doesn't do a whole lot of damage. So it's like, if I'm trying to bring her, then I have to want to bring her, put it that way. Like, it has to be my goal to put her on the team to do something with her, because the way, in terms of damage dealing, having her just as a plug and play damage dealer doesn't work. All right. It really just does not work. She needs to have support. She needs strength ups. She needs empowered strength ups. So this one is pretty much in the books. I mean, as you can see, she's going to have silence on Martian Manhunter. I think he's going to get another turn. Oh, nope, he's stunned. So yeah, that's the end of him. And I don't know, let me go ahead and go to the next video. I don't know if I'm being too critical. That's the thing. I don't know if I'm being too critical. This video is a bit older as well. And then after this, I'll go to the stats, and then I should get to the videos that I was like making earlier today. Let's see. Pairing her with Jesse. And one of the other things that I wanted to do was I wanted to try to have a setup where I'm getting her to use her A1 as quickly as possible so she can become that taunter for the team. But she's so slow, and you'd have to basically dedicate anything to her to get her turn meter up so that she could become that taunter, that at the end of the day, it felt like it wasn't worth it to have her as my primary taunter. Here, you'll see her primary taunter, all that jazz. And she can definitely take a hit, special damage from Spectre. So, of course, we don't expect it for her to do that well against it. However, still, she can take a solid hit. She can be a decent taunter once you get the taunt up. But it's a matter of getting the taunt up. Like, look. Everybody knows General Zod is squishy, and she wasn't able to do anything with that. In fact, I'm going to rewind a little bit because I want to be sure. Did she have... So she did have those strength ups there. We're going back even a little bit further. So, yeah, she has no strength ups at the moment. So at the end of her turn, like if that had been 7 strength ups at the start of her turn, much better. She would have been able to take out General Zod. But it's at the end of her turn, and so it really doesn't do anything for us in terms of damage. So I'm gonna go ahead, let's see if I don't think there's anything else interesting. I wanna get to the compositions that I had today. Okay, so this is one of them where I have Cheetah. She's gonna get that turn meter up. She's gonna have the strength ups in the beginning. Hippolyta, I can go ahead and use her A3, give more strength ups to Naomi. And then Kilowog, who I think is going to be really running great with her. I'm going to have to do way, 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 way more. But I think he's going to run great with her because he gives in-power strength ups. But also, when she does become that taunter, if she gets critical hits, then she gets more in-power strength ups. And that helps a lot. So then you'll see on this A3 attack, as soon as I decide to push the button, she wiped out everybody. She got ramped up, and I mean, to be fair, I got to do the same thing with Starfire. I have to ramp her up with Red Robin, Hippolyta. I have Lex lead, you know, everything to get those in ups, and then all that goes into Starfire, and then she wipes the entire team. Here, Naomi, it's Kilowog, it's Hippolyta, it's Cheetah, all giving her the strength ups, and then she wiped out all the greens. So, and she left up the Mystic, but, you know, it's a negative affinity matchup for her, so of course she left him up. Next up on the list, one other thing. Oh yeah, so this is another session where I'm basically trying to wipe her. One other thing that I was looking at doing was actually having Darkseid run with her as well. So that way when she does get her turn, she uses her A1 immediately after that, and then she becomes the taunter again. However, there's a specific composition that I had for that. After we do this, I'm gonna go ahead and go to our stats on DC Legends Toolkit. Check out that site if you don't know that site. Also check out my homie, Kat the hairdresser. She did my hair today. It's still, I gotta make sure to take care of my hair now. You know what I'm saying? Gotta make sure to take care of my hair. But yeah, she took care of my hair for me today. So appreciate you, Kat. If you're looking for someone to do black hair in Switzerland, Zurich, Switzerland, holla at Kat. All right, so now I'm gonna go ahead, pause this, and I'm gonna take you to the DC Legends Toolkit. So Powerhouse, speed, she's 80th, like bottom half. So you don't get a chance to use that A1 to put up the taunt, so you gotta find other ways to get that taunt up if you wanna use her as a taunter. HP pool, 8th, she's in the top 10, plenty of HP, that's a good look. Strength is at 35. Now, if I'm trying to bring her for damage, I need to get that strength up a lot. And so that's where the Empower strength ups come in. That's when the strength ups come in. That's where setting her up to ramp like that is a plus. So yeah. And then intelligence is 133, which of course she's physical damage, but at the same time, that means she's going to be susceptible to special damage tunes as well. So be careful of that if you are trying to bring her in as a taunter to help protect your team. If there's special damage tunes on the other side, you may want to reconsider that. And then your legendary order here, which they said is according to WRO broadcast, 3, 2, 1, 4, 5. I went 4, 3, 2, and then I'll do 1, and then I won't do 5 because I won't take her L5. So that's where she stacks up. She is beefy, and I do like beefy taunters. Like being 8th in HP makes her relatively beefy. So I am going to, and let me go back to this setup. Let me see if I have one of those videos. We'll see, and then I'll call it a video after that here. So basically what I did was, Barda's my primary taunter. I have Darkseid up. Barda's also there because she gives all of those buffs at the beginning of battle, which then in turn is going to make it so that everyone on the team gets a 75% chance call assist with Darkseid at lead if Darkseid has 5 or more buffs. So Barda ensures that he has 5 or more buffs from the beginning of battle. So that way, when I actually get a turn with Naomi, hopefully she'll also do her A1 right after that and then keep the taunt on her herself. So now I got 2 beefy taunters. Barda takes it on at the beginning. Then we go with Naomi. So let's go ahead and move forward. I genuinely don't remember how this video went, to be honest with you. So let's see. Let's find out together. All right, so thank you, Kaga, for that. Reducing our turn meter, making it more. So yeah, so now it's getting close to her turn. I'm gonna go ahead and put those Empower strength ups on her. And I don't even remember who I hit. Oh, I was trying to hit somebody. Yeah, that's why I hit Huntress. I was trying to hit somebody where the damage wouldn't be that much, so I could get a gauge on how much damage she does. She wipes out the physicals. I would have liked for her to wipe out the energy as well. Both lanterns there, John Stewart and Green Lantern, Hal Jordan especially, they're pretty tanky themselves. They're pretty beefy, so they're kind of hard to take out. However, given how many Empower strength ups she had, I would have liked to have seen her be able to take out at least Green Lantern, because I think John Stewart had death immunity on him by that point. So let's go ahead and skip forward. Oh, yep. So that's already done. And I think that will do it. Is that everybody? Yeah, that is everybody. So my final thoughts on her. I think I can get her to work. I think I can find a composition where she's going to work for a specific play style. She is not plug and play. She's definitely not plug and play. You have to put something specific tunes around her to get her to work. So I'm trying to work with Silence. I'm trying to use Hush. I'm going to try to use Deathstroke soon, albeit I think Deathstroke is more of a PvE tune than a PvP tune. I did try running her with Wonder Woman Coda for a little bit. I'm going to go back to that as well. However, Wonder Woman Coda is one of those. I'm going to wipe out everybody tunes with my AoE. So like the Silence, is that really helping that much? I'm not sure. I'm going to continue with Darkseid, and then I'm going to run her alongside like Darkseid and Terra, Darkseid and Clayface, Darkseid and whoever, etc., to be sure we have those buffs and make her the secondary taunter that's tanky, that can take care of everybody, and that can do damage. And then hopefully also running her with Kilowog will be sure to get her enough Empower Strength ups. Hopefully keep that taunt on her so that she can actually do some real damage. So, thoughts on Naomi. I think I'm going to have fun figuring out how to use her. But she is not for everyone, not for every situation. As you saw just there, her damage, she needs help along the lines if you're going to bring her as a damage dealer. And if you're going to bring her as a taunter, she needs help to be a taunter. So there you go. I drop these Legends videos every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So please like, please subscribe. If you don't like it, subscribe and a dislike. I'm okay with that as well. Check out my top 10 ladies in DC Legends coming out tomorrow. Thank you guys for watching all the way through. Check out the merchandise. Check out the Patreon. I'll see you next time.